simple habits for staying independent and vibrant. After 70, as we begin this journey together, it's important to remember one thing. Aging doesn't have to mean slowing down. In fact, with the right mindset and a few simple habits, you can grow older with strength, independence, and purpose. But before we dive into the specific actions you can take to thrive in your later years, let's first break free of the myths that surround aging. You've probably heard them before. The idea that when you hit 70, you're supposed to slow down, rest more, and let your body do its thing as you gradually fade into the background. It's a story the world loves to tell, but here's the truth. It's not the full story. Aging isn't just about the body getting older. It's about what we do with the years we have. Of course, as we age, our bodies change. We might lose a little muscle mass, our joints might stiffen, and we might find it harder to do some of the things we used to. But here's the thing. These changes don't define us. It's how we respond to them that makes all the difference. We have far more power than we think. In fact, there's so much we can still do to stay healthy, strong, and engaged in life. The first step in thriving as we age is to challenge the myths that aging automatically means slowing down. It doesn't have to. Think about this. How many people do you know who are over 70 but still living life to the fullest? They're still active, involved, and passionate about what they do. They're proof that aging doesn't have to be a downhill slide. With the right choices, we can remain vibrant and independent for years to come. And that brings us to the importance of independence. We often take our ability to do things on our own for granted, until it's harder to do. Independence isn't just about being able to make decisions for yourself. It's about being able to move, think, and take care of yourself physically and emotionally. It's about having the strength to keep going, no matter what your age. And the good news? Independence is something we can work on every single day. One of the best ways to measure your independence and how strong and capable you still are is by something as simple as getting up from the floor. Sounds easy enough, right? Well, as it turns out, very few people over 70 can still do this without some kind of help. It's a basic task, but it actually reveals a lot about your body's strength, flexibility, balance, and coordination. When you think about it, getting up from the floor requires a combination of leg strength, core stability, joint flexibility, and balance. If any one of those components weakens, getting up becomes more challenging. But here's the exciting part. This is something you can improve at any age. Yes, even if you've started to find it harder to rise from the floor, you can rebuild the muscles, retrain your balance, and restore your body's confidence. And you don't need to spend hours at the gym to do it. Just a few minutes each day can make a big difference. Try sitting down slowly on a soft carpet or mat. Then, without using your hands or support, work your way back up. If it's difficult at first, don't be discouraged. This isn't a test. It's a reminder that we all need to move more, stretch more, and strengthen more. And every time you practice, you're improving your body and your confidence. It's about making a decision today to rise stronger, steadier, and more in control of your life. This brings me to a second area where you can start to see big improvements: your grip strength. You might be wondering, why is grip strength so important? Well, it turns out that something as simple as carrying a grocery bag is actually a great indicator of your overall strength and health. When you're carrying a bag of groceries, it's not just your hands working, it's your arms, shoulders, core, legs, and even your balance. If you can carry a heavy load with ease, it shows that your body is strong and your muscles are in good condition. But if carrying even a light bag feels difficult, it's a sign that something may be slipping. But don't worry, this is something you can work on too. In fact, improving your grip strength can have a huge impact on your overall well-being. Studies have shown that a stronger grip is linked to better heart health, improved memory, and even a longer life. And just like the floor test, grip strength is something you can improve with a little effort every day. It doesn't mean you need to start lifting heavy weights. Simple exercises like squeezing a softball or using resistance bands can be just as effective. The goal is to train your muscles, not. Chapter 1. The reality of aging. Breaking myths and defying expectations. Aging is something we all experience, but it doesn't have to be something we fear. You've probably heard the stories, the ones that say when you hit a certain age, it's time to slow down, to take it easy, to live quietly and wait for the inevitable. Maybe you've even started feeling that pressure yourself, hearing the whispers from society that tell you to slow down, step back, and make peace with the idea of slowing down. But I'm here to tell you that's not the whole story. We've all seen examples of people who seem to defy the typical aging process. They're the ones you meet in their 70s, 80s, or even 90s, and they're still full of life, full of energy. They're the ones who still travel, still take care of their homes, still stay active in their communities. And there's a reason for that. Aging isn't about simply getting older. It's about how we take care of ourselves, both physically and mentally. The way we age is largely in our hands, and the choices we make today can shape our health for years to come. Let's be honest, there are physical changes that come with aging. You may notice your body doesn't recover quite as quickly as it used to. You may find that getting up from the couch or climbing a flight of stairs feels a little more taxing, but does that mean you need to accept it and stop trying? Absolutely not. These physical changes aren't a sign that it's time to stop moving. In fact, the more we keep moving, the better we can manage those changes. The key is staying active, staying engaged, and refusing to let age define what you can do. There's a powerful truth here. We can choose to age with strength, grace, and vitality. We have the power to maintain our independence for much longer than we might think. It all comes down to mindset and small, everyday habits that keep us strong, flexible, and full of energy. And this doesn't mean you have to suddenly start training for a marathon or hitting the gym every day. It's about embracing small steps that make a big difference. I want you to think about this for a moment. If you've ever wondered what it would feel like to age with strength and independence, you have the power to experience that. And it all starts with the mindset that aging doesn't mean slowing down. It means evolving and adapting, finding new ways to stay strong, and making the most of every stage of life. Chapter 2, the floor test, a simple yet powerful indicator of vitality. One of the most basic yet surprisingly revealing things we can do is something we probably take for granted: getting up from the floor. Think about it. When you sit on the floor, how easily do you get back up? For many of us, it's something we don't even think about. But for many people over the age of 70, getting up from the floor without assistance becomes a real challenge. And here's the kicker. That challenge doesn't just reflect how well your legs work. It's a reflection of your overall health. When you think about getting up from the floor, it's not just about your legs. It involves so many other parts of your body. You need strength in your legs to push yourself up, flexibility in your joints to move without pain, core stability to support the motion, and balance to prevent yourself from falling. When just one of these things starts to weaken, it can make the seemingly simple task much more difficult. The real issue here is not just getting up, but how it signals whether your body is staying strong and adaptable as you age. Now here's where the good news comes in. The ability to get up from the floor is not something that you're doomed to lose with age. You can regain it, even if you've started to struggle with it. It's all about taking small, deliberate actions to rebuild the strength, flexibility, and balance you need. And it's never too late to start. Let me give you a simple exercise you can try. The next time you find yourself sitting on the floor, don't rush to get up. Take your time, and when you do, try to rise without using your hands or any support. If it's hard, that's perfectly okay. Don't see it as a failure. See it as a challenge. It's an opportunity to strengthen your body and regain the confidence that comes with knowing you can rise again. Start by practicing this every day, even if it's just once. Slowly, you'll notice improvements in your ability to get up with more ease. And that's a powerful feeling. The key here is to remember that this isn't a test. It's not about competing with anyone else or even measuring yourself against some standard. It's about recognizing where you are today and taking steps to get stronger. Every time you practice, you're strengthening more than just your muscles. You're building confidence. You're telling yourself that you are capable, that you're not giving up, and that you have the power to take control of your body no matter what your age. And the best part, the more you practice, the better you'll feel. When you think about it, getting up from the floor isn't just a physical action. It's a powerful metaphor for life. Life can knock us down, but it's all about how we rise. And just like the floor test, you can rise again and again, stronger each time. Keep pushing yourself, and you'll see that the limitations you thought aging might bring are really just opportunities to grow stronger, more resilient, and more independent than ever before. So the next time you sit on the floor, don't see it as a sign of weakness. See it as a challenge. And when you get back up, remember that every small victory is a step toward more strength, more independence, and more of the life you want to live. You've got this. Chapter 3, The Power in Your Hand. Grip strength and its surprising impact. Have you ever stopped to think about how something as simple as carrying a grocery bag could tell you a lot about your overall health? It might seem like a small, everyday task, but your ability to carry that bag, no matter how heavy or light, is actually a reflection of your strength, your endurance, and your independence. And when you really dig into it, your grip strength is one of the clearest indicators of how well your body's functioning. You see, it's not just about your hands. Grip strength is connected to your arms, your shoulders, your core, your legs, and even your balance. As we age, it's easy to take for granted how important these muscles are. We don't often think about the power in our hands until we're struggling to open a jar or carry a shopping bag. But when your grip starts to weaken, it can have a ripple effect on your entire body. It's not just about the physical task of holding onto something. It's about your ability to maintain control, to move confidently, and to stay independent. But here's the good news. Just like getting up from the floor, grip strength is something you can work on, and it's never too late to start. Even if you've noticed that your grip isn't as strong as it once was, you can absolutely regain that strength. And you don't need to go to the gym or lift heavy weights to do it. It's the small, consistent efforts that make the biggest difference. A great place to start is by simply squeezing a soft ball or using a resistance band. You don't need to spend hours each day. Just a few minutes, a few times a week can help you rebuild your strength. You can even practice holding a grocery bag or shopping basket to build endurance in your hands, arms, and shoulders. The key here is to challenge your muscles gradually and give them time to rebuild. The more you work on your grip strength, the easier it will be to carry those bags, open jars, and do all the little things that require a little extra strength. And as you build that strength, you'll feel more capable, more confident, and more in control of your body. Think about how empowering it is to be able to pick up a bag without feeling shaky or struggling. It's not just about the physical task, it's about the freedom that comes with knowing you can do it yourself. Strengthening your grip is a way of taking back your independence. It's a reminder that you don't have to rely on others for the little things. You're still in control, and you can keep moving through the world with ease, even as you get older. So the next time you pick up a bag of groceries, pause for a moment and feel the strength in your hands. If it feels easy, celebrate that. If it feels a bit harder than it used to, take it as a cue to start building that strength back up. No matter where you are right now, you have the power to improve. And with each little step, you're getting stronger, not just physically, but mentally too. Your body is capable of far more than you may realize, and strengthening your grip is just one way to tap into that power. Chapter 4, The Stairway Test. Climbing to new heights physically and mentally now. Let's talk about something many people start avoiding as they age: stairs. At first glance, they may seem like a harmless part of daily life, just a few steps up or down. But as we get older, many of us begin to avoid them. And here's the thing: avoiding stairs could be a sign that something in your body is starting to weaken. It's not just about your legs getting tired. It's a sign that your cardiovascular system, your muscles, and even your mindset may be needing a little more attention. Climbing stairs is one of the clearest indicators of overall health. It's a full-body workout that involves your legs, heart, lungs, and even your mind. When you can walk up a flight of stairs without getting winded or feeling your legs shake, it's a sign that your muscles are still strong, your heart is still working well, and you've got the stamina to take on whatever life throws at you. But when going up the stairs starts to feel difficult, when you find yourself pausing halfway to catch your breath, or you feel your knees start to ache, it's a clear signal that your body's asking for more attention. And let's be real for a second. Avoiding stairs isn't just about physical decline. It's also about the mental and emotional impact. When we start avoiding physical activity like climbing stairs, we start avoiding activity in general. We may begin to limit ourselves in other ways, like choosing elevators over stairs, or sitting down more often instead of taking a walk. As movement shrinks, so does life. But here's the great part. Just like everything else, this is reversible. You don't have to accept that climbing stairs is going to become a challenge. You can rebuild your strength, your stamina, and your confidence, one step at a time. The key is starting small and staying consistent. If climbing a whole flight of stairs feels too much right now, start by taking just a few steps at a time. You don't need to climb a mountain in one go. Just getting a few steps in is enough to challenge your muscles, get your heart pumping, and build that endurance. And don't forget to work on exercises that strengthen your legs and your cardiovascular system, like simple leg lifts, step-ups, or even brisk walking. These exercises can be done in the comfort of your home, and they'll help you build up the strength you need to take the stairs with ease. The thing about stairs is that they're not just a physical challenge, they're a metaphor for life. As we get older, we all face our own challenges and obstacles. But the goal isn't to avoid them, it's to find a way to keep climbing. Every step you take is a reminder that you can keep moving forward, no matter what age you are. Every step is a testament to your strength, your resilience, and your refusal to let age define you. So the next time you see a flight of stairs, don't dread them. Embrace them as an opportunity to challenge your body, to get stronger, and to prove to yourself that you're capable of so much more than you might think. And when you make it to the top, remember that you've not only conquered the stairs, you've conquered another piece of doubt, another challenge, and another step toward a stronger, more empowered version of yourself. Keep climbing, because with every step, you're getting closer to the best version of yourself. And that's something worth celebrating. Chapter 5, Memory That Moves You. Keeping your mind sharp. Let's take a moment to talk about something that's often overlooked when it comes to aging: your memory. Now, you may think that memory loss is just a normal part of getting older, but I want to challenge that. Yes, our brains do change over time, but just like with our bodies, we have a lot more control over how we age mentally than we might realize. Staying mentally sharp is not something that automatically happens as we age. It's something we can nurture and develop with a little intention and care. Here's the thing. Your brain, just like your muscles, needs exercise. It needs to be kept active to stay sharp. And when you stop engaging your mind, it starts to slow down. But when you keep learning, keep challenging yourself, and keep your curiosity alive, your brain will thank you for it. It's not just about remembering where you left your keys or who was at your birthday last year. It's about keeping your brain engaged, staying curious, and taking every opportunity to learn something new. One of the simplest ways to keep your mind sharp is to practice things that make you think. You might think of puzzles or memory games, and yes, they're great exercises for the brain. But there's more to it. Reading something that challenges your thinking, having deep conversations with people, learning a new skill or language. These are all ways to keep your brain engaged and constantly growing. You might feel like you're too old to learn something new, but I'm here to tell you that it's never too late to stretch your mind. The brain is an amazing thing. It has the ability to adapt, learn, and grow throughout your life. But there's something else to remember. Your physical health plays a role in your brain's health too. Keeping your body active helps your mind stay sharp. When you get moving, your heart pumps more oxygen to your brain, and that makes a huge difference in how well you think and remember things. A walk around the block or a few minutes of stretching can do wonders for your mental clarity. And don't forget about sleep. Good rest is essential for memory and cognitive function. Let's not forget that mental sharpness is closely linked to emotional health. When you feel down or disconnected, your memory might not be as sharp. But when you stay mentally engaged, have a sense of purpose, and stay socially connected, you'll notice that your memory and your sense of well-being improves too. So the next time you feel like you're forgetting something, don't just chalk it up to age. Take a moment to ask yourself, how can I challenge my brain today? Whether it's reading, learning, or even just engaging in a conversation with someone, these small steps will make a huge impact over time. And the best part is that the more you practice, the easier it becomes to keep your mind sharp and alive. Chapter 6, The Power of Purpose, the Secret Ingredient to Longevity. Let's talk about something that's perhaps even more important than physical strength and mental clarity: purpose. Now, you might be thinking, what does purpose have to do with aging? Well, everything. Having a sense of purpose in life is one of the most powerful things you can have as you age. It's the fuel that keeps you going, the reason you get out of bed in the morning. Purpose doesn't just give your life direction, It gives it meaning. And when you feel like your life has meaning, everything else tends to fall into place. When we're younger, purpose can come from many things: our jobs, our families, our hobbies. But as we age, it's easy to feel like we've lost our sense of purpose. Maybe we've retired, or maybe the things we once loved don't bring us the same joy. But I want to remind you of something. Purpose isn't tied to a specific role or task. It's something that we can find at any stage of life, and often it's when we least expect it. Think about some of the most vibrant, active seniors you know. I bet they all have something in common. They have a reason to keep going, something that lights them up. It could be mentoring someone younger, volunteering, creating art, or even something as simple as gardening. The point is, they're doing something that gives their life meaning. And that's what keeps them sharp, healthy, and engaged with the world. Studies have shown that people who have a strong sense of purpose not only live longer, but they also feel better, have lower levels of stress, and even have fewer health problems. When you wake up each day with something to look forward to, your body and mind respond to that. Purpose is a driving force. It's what keeps you moving, keeps you motivated, and helps you stay connected to the world around you. Now, I know that finding purpose can sometimes feel like a daunting task, especially after retirement or a big life change. But here's the thing. Purpose doesn't have to be something grand. It doesn't have to be something world-changing or heroic. It's about doing what feels meaningful to you. Maybe it's helping a neighbor, starting a new hobby, or simply being there for your loved ones. Whatever it is, when you find something that brings you joy and gives you a sense of contribution, that's your purpose. And once you've found it, you'll be amazed at how much energy it can bring back into your life. Purpose also helps to keep your mind active and engaged. When you have something to focus on, something that challenges you and excites you, your brain is constantly learning, adapting, and growing. And that sense of fulfillment, that satisfaction of knowing you're contributing to something greater than yourself, can actually make you feel younger, more vibrant, and more alive. So ask yourself, what gives my life meaning? What can I do that will make me excited to wake up each morning? It doesn't have to be a big project or a life-changing mission. Just finding one small thing that brings you joy and helps others can create a ripple effect in your life. Purpose is a powerful tool, and it's something you can tap into at any stage of life. When you find it, everything else, your health, your happiness, your sense of vitality, will follow. Remember, you're not done just because you've reached a certain age. In fact, this might be the most meaningful chapter of your life. You still have so much to offer, so much to give. Finding your purpose will not only help you live longer, it will help you live better. And that's the key to aging with strength, clarity, and a deep sense of fulfillment. Chapter 7. How to thrive in your 70s and beyond. It's not about age, it's about attitude. As we reach different stages of life, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that our best years are behind us. We might feel like we're supposed to slow down, or that the things we used to enjoy are no longer possible. Maybe we've retired, or we've had some health challenges, and it can feel like we're not quite sure what to do next. But here's the truth. The way you age is not about the number of years you've lived. It's about the mindset you choose to adopt. In fact, attitude is everything. It's about how you choose to see the world, how you decide to approach each day, and the energy you bring into every situation. It's easy to let age become a limitation, but that's just a story we tell ourselves. The reality is that you can continue to grow, evolve, and thrive, no matter how old you are. The only thing that can hold you back is the belief that you're too old to try something new. Let's talk about what happens when you adopt a mindset of possibility instead of limitation. You begin to see opportunities everywhere. Instead of thinking, I can't do that anymore, you start thinking, what can I do to make it work? Whether it's taking on a new hobby, learning a new skill, or even starting a new business or volunteer project, the possibilities are endless. And the beautiful thing is, you don't have to be in perfect physical shape or have everything figured out to begin. What matters is that you're open to trying, open to learning, and open to growth. When you approach life with this kind of attitude, the world opens up in ways you never thought possible. You stop focusing on what you can't do, and instead, you start focusing on what you can do. And that shift in focus makes all the difference. It might be as simple as getting outside for a walk every day, reconnecting with an old friend, or volunteering for a cause that's close to your heart. The point is, you're moving forward, you're engaging with the world, and you're saying yes to life in a way that honors your strength, your wisdom, and your potential. So how can you embrace this mindset? Start by changing your inner dialogue. Every time you catch yourself thinking something like, "I'm too old for that," stop and ask, "What would it look like if I could do that?" You'll be amazed at how much more possibility you'll see when you start approaching life with curiosity and openness instead of limitation. It's also important to surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you. Find those who have that same positive energy, the ones who encourage you to keep growing, learning, and striving. Sometimes the people we surround ourselves with can have a huge impact on our mindset. Choose people who believe in your potential, who celebrate your progress, and who help you see the endless opportunities ahead. Chapter 8. You are more capable than you think. Living your best life at any age. There's something incredibly empowering about realizing that the best version of yourself is still ahead of you. Age is just a number, and it's never too late to live your best life. It's easy to feel like once you reach a certain age, you've missed your chance for adventure, growth, and new experiences. But the truth is, you have so much more to offer the world and so much more to discover about yourself. The beautiful thing about life is that it's never too late to change direction. It's never too late to pursue a dream, start a new project, or dive into something that excites you. In fact, some of the most fulfilling moments in life come when we take a leap of faith, when we step outside our comfort zone, and when we try something new. Whether it's picking up a new hobby, traveling to a place you've always wanted to visit, or connecting with someone who shares your passions, these are the moments that make life rich and meaningful. I know there might be times when you question yourself or wonder if you're capable of taking on something new. It's natural to have doubts, but I want you to know that you are more capable than you think. The strength and wisdom you've gained over the years are incredible assets. You have a lifetime of experience, knowledge, and resilience that many others don't have, and that's something to celebrate. So if there's something you've always wanted to do, but felt like it was too late, I want to encourage you to take the first step. You might not know exactly how it will turn out, but that's okay. What matters is that you're embracing the journey. It's the small steps that make the biggest difference. Maybe it's starting with just a few minutes a day learning something new, or setting a small goal that excites you. These tiny actions add up over time, and before you know it, you'll be accomplishing things you never thought possible. And remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Every time you try something new, you're growing, learning, and expanding your horizons. That's the beauty of life at any age. You can continue to evolve, adapt, and become the best version of yourself. You're not defined by the number of years you've lived. You're defined by what you choose to do with those years. So what's your next step? What's the next adventure waiting for you? Whether it's big or small, it's yours to explore. And as you take that step, remember that you have everything you need within you. Your strength, your passion, and your wisdom are all there, waiting for you to tap into them. The best is still ahead of you, and it's time to embrace the limitless possibilities that await. You are more capable than you think, and you are ready to live your best life at any age. So go ahead, take that leap, try something new, and know that no matter what, you have what it takes to succeed. Your best years are not behind you. They are still ahead, just waiting for you to make them yours. Conclusion. As we come to the end of this journey together, I want to leave you with one final thought. Age is not a barrier, it's a blessing. It's a chance to look back at the wisdom and experiences you've gained, while also looking forward to the countless opportunities that still await you. The truth is, the best version of yourself is not a distant dream. It's right here, right now, and every day is a new chance to nurture it. Throughout this conversation, we've explored the power of simple, everyday actions: getting up from the floor, strengthening your grip, climbing stairs, keeping your mind sharp, and finding a sense of purpose. These may seem small, but they're not. Each one is a step toward independence, vitality, and living a life full of meaning. You've learned that age doesn't mean slowing down or giving in. It's about embracing the possibilities that come with every chapter. And the wonderful thing is, no matter where you are in life, you can start today. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that growing older means fading into the background, but that's simply not true. You are not a bystander in your own life. You are an active participant, capable of growth, change, and new beginnings at any age. The power lies in your mindset, your willingness to take small steps, and your belief in your own ability to thrive. I want you to remember this. You are stronger, more capable, and more resilient than you might give yourself credit for. The challenges you face aren't the end. They are simply opportunities to rise again, to push through, and to keep moving forward with confidence. It's never too late to start something new, to rekindle a passion, or to set new goals. Life is still full of adventure, joy, and possibility. And as long as you keep moving, keep learning, and keep growing, you'll never truly age. You'll just keep getting better, wiser, and more alive. So take a moment to reflect on what you've learned here today. What small changes can you start making right now to feel stronger, more independent, and more purposeful? What new adventures can you take on no matter your age? Your best years are ahead of you, waiting for you to step into them with open arms. Thank you for spending this time with me. Remember, you are capable of more than you think. Keep moving, keep striving, and above all, keep living your best life. The journey isn't over, it's just beginning. The best is yet to come.